This is a photo from a recent project of mine, and it's the result of a lot of work and a lot of research. I'm Tommy Clarke, I'm an aerial photographer and based in London. After a while, when you start watching the world from above, you gain a new perspective on it in quite a serene way, because no one knows you're there. You're a few thousand feet up in a helicopter with a door off, just watching the world. So my career is going to incredible places and photographing what I find, effectively documenting the colours, the textures, the shapes that I find around the world. Often I'm pigeonholed as an artist or a fine artist in photography, but I grew up on David Attenborough documentaries and I love seeing that amazing part of the world. So for me to get to these places and photograph what's naturally there, so not recreate an image in Photoshop. You don't need to add a million filters to take a good photo. You can take something that is eye-catching and beautiful by just making an effort to get into the right position.
Good morning, we got a QFE of 1002, winds from the south, so face into wind and then we'll get some good shots on the ground.
I've had Nikon cameras since I was 17, so I've built up a decent arsenal of bodies and lenses. And I've used one lens for every single shoot I've done from planes or helicopters. I use an AFS-NIKKOR 70-200mm 2.8 VR lens, limited edition white one as well. I've always used the same lens through all of the air photography I've done, but I've recently moved on to a D800E, and the detail that I've got on the printed images on the wall at the gallery is that I print them 6 foot by 4 foot, they're big images. So it's a really good move for me, and it's a little bit more manageable size-wise for going in my hand luggage the whole time. Well, I think every photographer has a dream destination in their mind, something that they love to shoot. And for years and years, mine was Iceland. It was just an area that was so raw and so natural and was so alive. So I saved up for a few years, planned it, found the right pilot, found the right areas with Google Earth and various satellite imagery, and went out and photographed it earlier this year. Well, in a lot of the work that I've done previously, there's always a point of scale in the shot. So if you've got a salt pond, there'll be a truck somewhere in the corner. You can realise how big this image is or how high I was when I took it. But I shot this photo over one of the rivers just towards the end of its route towards the sea, and I realised that there's a colony of seals along the edge of it. Although I didn't notice it to start with until I got back on the computer and looked at it, that they just dot along the edge, and that moment the whole image is given a new perspective, and you realise how high I was in the plane and the size of the seals and how wide the river is and the colours are in there, and it helps you understand the image. It's sort of the giveaway of it, which I love that in photography. I haven't included it in all the images, but in this series there's a couple that I've included, these little moments where you're like, oh, okay, I got it, I realise how high it is, how big this image is. Iceland lived up to every expectation I could ever have imagined. It was more colourful, more vibrant, steam coming out of fields, waterfalls that you couldn't just park a bus behind. It's a country that I think I'm slightly addicted to now, and will want to keep going back and documenting for years and years and years and seeing how it changes and how much human impact happens then. Because all the photos I've done recently, there's no one involved. There's no tyre tracks, no footprints, there's nothing, but it's going to change over time. And being a part of that and documenting that from my viewpoint will be, I think, a really interesting process to go through.